නමෝ තස් භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස.
Deha Dhamma, divine body care, divine body care. Ayubhavam, may you live long, may you live long.
The fertility of the human race depends on the manna plant. Manna plant make an infertile man fertile, provided he is given the proportion medicine with manna.
Deha Dhamma, divine body care, divine body care. Ayubhavam, may you live long, may you live long. Divine body care gives you long life. Divine body care gives you long life. Mother Nature's gift for all, divine body care. And universal healing, blessings for all universal humans.
My name is Dostora Mudalihami Varanasuriya. Dostora means one who eradicates the imbalance. Mudalihami, Mudal means money, Hami means the keeper, money keeper or the treasurer. Varana Surya, Varana is the ray, Surya is the sun. So a ray of the sun, as all of us are children of the sun, and so am I, that this name brings from the ancient names of Sri Lankan, the great king called Ravana. It is recorded in the Sri Lankan history, before the Western people came here, we had not even 10% sick people. But now with huge hospitals, little ones and the government ones, public ones, and all this, we don't have 10% healthy people. Now people have more sick people than ancient days people.
Divine body care, divine body care. Ayubhavam, may you live long.
The Sri Lankan ancient system of herbology will bring the country back, not only this country, the whole world will come back the day they open, given due consideration, the herbology market to practice their own system of medicine.
So this is given only in the Sri Lankan health books. This knowledge in the Buddhist books, these books are of two varieties. One is for the health
and happiness in this world. It is called Deha Dhamma. And the other one is called the divine body care, so that everybody knows that he must be healthy to go to heaven. No sick people are allowed in heaven. Very important, the hemp plant is called manna. Manna in ancient days is a food sent from God, from heaven. Cannabis helps man to improve his health mentally, physically, sexually, in many, many ways, and purify the whole life system and the blood system of the human race. Very important, it is the king of the plant that heals the sicknesses when taken internally according to the proportion given by the herbal masters of the Buddhas. We hope the Sri Lankan government will bring the step to legalize all these herbs that are forbidden, should be relaxed and given them easy access to make the formulas to heal the incurable diseases. Those who look at this tape and make a decision and bring this resolution, so that there will be a day that they will not prohibit hemp plant for medicinal purposes in this land of Dharma. All the Trinity derives from the sun. That is the energy giver, heat giver, life giver. Because the Trinity derives from the sun, that the sun becomes the master or the heavenly king or the heavenly father in the sky, connected to the cycle of in the zodiac. King means in every language, the king of a country is the most powerful, most beautiful, most active ruler. The lion is the emblem of the flag of the Sri Lankan king's race. The race of the kings is supposed to be originated from the Ashu and sun. There's a connection between Surya, the sun, and the lion. The zodiac lion is for sovereignty, purity, that always shows absolute harmony and equality and justice and fair play in everything. Everything connected to the lion's quality, protecting and caring and for the survival of life on this planet. So the ruler of everything is called the king, the leader. So this plant called manna by itself, grounded and given, has the energy of 10 other plants put together, grounded and given, has the energy of this one plant healing the sicknesses of all the other plants grounded together. Today that plant, all those plants that has the energy of the sun, so the sun is called Yahweh. Yahweh is called Yaka. Yaka is the term given to God by the Hebrews in ancient times. The son of the God is the ray of the sun, that's making the whole world light from darkness. The darkness is dispelled by the ray of the sun, the master. The herbal masters of the Buddhas say the earth has all the energies embodied in the vegetation of different plants, and taking these plants at the right time, the person becomes masterminded or defective brain. The earth contains the 5 elements: ether, air, fire, water, earth. Earth means the pus. Pus means 5 in our language. The body is called Panchaskanda, means made of 5 elements. They come from originally
the sun and the moon.
All other plants that has the 5 petals, 5 fingers, they are all governed by the sun. And those plants more active, and the sun time is called sun energy plant. Ether, air, fire, water and earth are the body composition, all embodied with these 5 energies. Out of these 5 energies, air, fire and water, the 3 energies are ruling the body and demanding the body's need: water, fire and light. That's the trinity of the sun.
The man was evolved by its own 5 elements coming together, embodied, and then the energy given through the ray of the sun, man become a living being. And if he eat the right kind of food, he will live long. If he eat the wrong kind of food, he will die sooner.
The Yahweh is as good as God himself appearing to heal the human society from sicknesses and hunger. So that this plant, eaten too much, you become sleepy. If you eat the right doses, this helps you to work for the day and even without food. So this is the only thing that prevents sicknesses attacking you.
Now the Western science has misled, not knowing
the manna plant.
They are not aware of the 5 energies of the plant. That's why they fail some of the formulas they make. The masters of the Eastern herbology have no failures because they go with the nature.
Sri Lankan herbal medicines are 80,026 in number. All of them, more than 10,000, have formulas containing manna for all the important paralysis, diabetes, whatever you can think. All the medicines are made out of 1 portion of manna, 1 portion of opium sometimes. Sometimes these 2 portions are together, and for the incurable sicknesses, this manna and opium, you can heal every ailment that you name under the present universe. The Buddhas are the creators. Creators of plants and everything are the Buddhas. Buddhas are the ones who gave this knowledge. Take this plant, detoxify this and tranquilize this, all that is given by the Buddhas. The fertility of the human race depends on the manna plant. Manna plants make an infertile man fertile, provided he is given the proportion medicine with manna. Opium is the queen, manna is the king, and if these 2 are abundant, there is no trouble, there is no sickness and unnecessary nervous sicknesses and sexual diseases connected to the humanity. So these are very remarkable things that nature has given to mankind. The tree called manna, a promise that God gave to people, and because of the manner that those who eat this, behavior of the man is called manner. Those manner becomes man. Man is because he has manners, he is different from the brute. It is the king of the plant. In Sri Lanka,
with the origin of disease called delusion and illusion, which brought the plant called manna. The manna is the plant that heals the brain, that only can be healed by taking manna. Now the American world has found in the manna plant there is the happy portion of some kind of medicine. When you eat that, the man becomes happy. So now the scientists are believing that happiness is gained through using the manna plant in the correct way. The Western world, they are not aware of the 5 energies of
the manna plant.
Eating it with all the ingredients of 84 different ingredients
Called tilo.
that man, when he eats, he feels he is enlightened and he becomes the master mind of a loving world. The love-making medicine is the herbal plant called manna. The man comes from the energy of the plants, fire from the master. The sun is the man.
Most of the countries that I visited, the manna plants grow naturally in the forest. In Australia, Aborigines, they use it. Then the Indians in America, Indians use their most suitable medicine is manna. And I personally have been treating people in Australia, New Zealand, Tasmania, Japan, and Mexico, Germany, France, Canada, all these countries I personally visited and administered these herbal pills to the various sicknesses wherever I went, in Russia and Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania, whole of Hawaiian Duper, and in New Zealand, in Rotorua, where the Maoris, they use this manna powder on their vegetable, and Aborigines, they cook with manna, and for medicinal purposes they grind this and use it as tea in different parts of the world. And in Russia they sell all the seeds grounded called manna butter. It's called manna butter, cannabis butter. It's sold in the Russian market. So this manna plant, the day they get into the world, the poor man's heaven is using manna on his soup and healing himself happy and healthy for the health, wealth and prosperity of the third world people. Third world people, before the developed world came in, they lived on their own. Every country had their herbal formula. Manna in ancient days, when the Israelites were grumbling, God said, I will give them a sign,
A plant called manna.
and taste of it was like wafers made with honey. In the Bible, God said, I will teach them a lesson so that they don't go to work. In the morning they go and collect the manna that falls on the ground. And every country had their herbal formula. And in the writing of Buddhist literature, but now in Sri Lanka having the herbal formulas that the manna plant is completely prohibited. Even if you have a branch of manna in your possession, you are taken to courts and fined, and such a danger is placed on the manna plant in Sri Lanka. But now, though they prohibit, they want to destroy, still the growing of manna is done in the secret, but it's always open in the market. Always there are thousands of people who are smoking, though they try to illegalize it, it is being legalized by the people who are using it. So that we hope that one day or other the human beings will be allowed, according to the natural way of living, and look after their health by using the necessary portions from the manna and opium and mandrake and strychnine, all these herbs that are forbidden should be relaxed and given them easy access to make the formulas to heal the incurable diseases. The more Buddhism spreads, with the Buddhism there is the medicine in it. Without Buddhist medicine, Buddhism cannot work, because the Buddha's teaching is health is the greatest thing. Health is the greatest life. So to have health, you must live according to the teaching of the Buddha. Caring for the body is the greatest blessing you can have. We are hoping before long to have teaching of this herbal medicine so that people will know how to have the first aid knowledge, which was our ancient day learning, was health. Right through this millennium, Buddha has already sent the knowledge, and it is man to realize that the buddhi is not happening to the stones, buddhi is to the man. The man should realize the buddhi intelligence, like going to the moon, the intelligence people. Now I have a formula that when I give it to people, they seem to forget their anger and only love is radiating. So it is a thing out of the Manna called tilo. When somebody takes tilo, he is laughing and he is given energy to build up the body and strengthen the body to breed out healthy humans, to have the human race as long as the sun and the moon last. The human beings have no other temple, no other God, because the God lives in them. In the writing of Buddhist literature, which is called Divine Body Care, which is in Pali given as Baisajya Guru. Baisajya Guru, there is a book by itself called Vinaya Pitaka, and that Vinaya Pitaka contains the man from conceiving time. Everything is given from the beginning of conceiving, the mother and father, and how they behave, the position of the moon to have a conceiving. So it is no use looking for a good day for a baby if you have not selected a good day for conceiving to make love for the baby. That is how the earlier ancient people did, that they created a baby on a nice day, and the nice baby is complete like the full moon, and there were less sickness and less trouble, and all were friendly towards each other. So we must select good day for making love. So peaceful night is very necessary. It says first month when the baby is conceived, first month it looks like a drop of water on a blade of grass. Then the second month it melts and falls down to the root of the grass and spread the nerve system. Third month it starts vibrating the whole system. Then the fourth month all the nerve systems become manifested. Man originated because he was given plants to eat food, because it is the food that gave them different actions, talking, singing, and whatever the language they were completing. Because of man's eating these leaves, God created all things good for the mankind. In Sri Lanka, we have the plants that are necessary for the making of herbs in the country growing by its own manure without artificial manure, so that need we not hunt for herbs from any other part of the world, because our forests are full of herbs that are indigenous to the land and can make the medicine for the benefit of the people. In Sri Lanka, So we hope that everything will be well for the human beings all over the world when the time comes to give this message, herbalism, to the world to use their own plants in their own forests. The dew that makes the rice plant grow, there had to be water. The water was the fertilizer from heaven, coming from the love making of God's semen, falling on earth at a certain point, that made the mighty ocean, collecting the energy of God in the form of water, floating on the earth, and made the great ocean. By absorbing the energy from the sun and the moon, ether, air, fire, water, earth, the different vegetation they eat, their bodies are supplied, and there is no starvation of any of these elements as long as you eat right the food that God recommended. Eat the meat from the trees, and the fruits and the leaves are for your meat. But today we have made a mistake that eating meat means killing the animal and eating.
The love beareth all things, believeth all things, endureth all things, hopeth all things. Love seeketh not their own. Learn to live in harmony. Our Sri Lankan language, the worship of Udeta Payana Iri Deviyantai, Savasata Payana Sanda Deviyantai, Mage Maupiya Guru Arayintai, Vanda Pinde Minivan Labantai, my homage to the rising sun, my homage to the rising moon, my homage to my parents, my homage to my teachers. I thank them for giving what I know. Thank you for having this opportunity of meeting and trying to spread the most valuable literature and science, the way to long life, the Sri Lankan herbal system given by the Buddhas or the holy beings who created or evolved this world with all this knowledge put together. And we thank the masters for giving us all these things in this beautiful land.
Only all were hoping for health after death, which Buddha said, no, don't hope for good life after death if you have not lived a happy life and healthy life in this world. The sun and the moon get their support from the five elements of the earth. As the sun and the moon, they shine on each other, the moon kind of ripples, and in the rippling, the whole atmosphere, the planets are formed. And the planets, they all rotate, bringing light and to the moon. We always say, may you live long, means Ayu Bovam. May you live long for today. Every morning we say, Ayu Bovam. You start with the body exercise, giving the lungs. You say, Ayu Bovam. That is an exercise for the lung and for everything that you do in the morning and evening. You call it yawning and sending off unnecessary energy. We are God by ourselves because we are the image of God and the God lives within us.